This morning we're going to have Mayor Johnson up first to make some remarks about Cigna and the history of this facility. And then following him will be Cigna representatives, Lamont and Carrie, will be speaking on behalf of Cigna, and then Judge Drue Bynum will close. So this time we're going to move right through it. I introduce to you the exciting Mayor of Denison, Jared Johnson.
Thank you. It is exciting to be here, and it's exciting again to have our fifth big announcement in the last several months, as Team Denison again has had an opportunity to celebrate success in Denison with expanding of one of our current businesses. I do want to just bring welcomes from the city, from the entire City Council and the Board of Directors and the Denison Development Alliance. These guys work every day to try to make Denison a place where we want to live and recreate, and it's always a pleasure to get to represent those guys. As we gather today to celebrate this very success here at Cigna, I want to take a few minutes just to reflect upon what this very spot that you're standing on looked like in 2006. If you weren't here at that time, this was nothing but a very thick patch of woods. And as you look south, you would see a undeveloped pasture land, and that was the gateway to our community. This was undeveloped at that time. It was right on our border, and that was what our gateway from the south looked like. And as you look around now with this beautiful facility here and the development that has resulted as this being the catalyst of that, it's a testament to what forward-thinking and a development-minded community can succeed when they work together. And it's just a great job of looking around and seeing the many faces that have played a role in that. In 2006, a real estate firm that represented Cigna came to local economic development agencies. From as far south as McKinney and as far north, I believe, as Durant, they were looking for two main things. One, they needed space for 140,000 square foot expansion, and two, a location that was highly visible, preferably on Highway 75. So as that message came out, the Denison Development Alliance led the charge for Team Denison as we look to try to make sure that we can retain Cigna in Grayson County. At that time, the first step was to select a site. Where were we going to put this major business in our community? So the DDA met with the developer of this intersection, Mr. Tom Johnson, and throughout that meeting, Tom realized that, you know what, this is an important project for the community. It's an important project for the region. We do want to retain these jobs in Grayson County, and I'm going to donate the 15 acres required for this development. And so it's forward thinking like that from developers such as Tom Johnson that have enabled this to succeed over the previous few years. And then also, as a result of just that, the land donation, we also have to look at how we're going to provide infrastructure to this very site. Back in 2006, there was no water, no sewer, no electric, gas, or telecommunications. And that is where your City of Denison stepped up to the plate and funded over $900,000 of infrastructure improvements to both this corner and the corner to our west to enable these corners to light up. And the result of that, again, is the development that you're seeing and continue to see on this corridor. Lastly, as far as an incentive package, the City of Denison realized that if we wanted to help Cigna relocate in Grayson County, we needed to help them with the new jobs that they were going to create. And as a result of that, we would incentivize the additional creation of new jobs that would be at this location. It was to the tune of $1.2 million for new jobs that were created, and Cigna has grown from around 750 jobs to over 1,100 in that time frame. And Cigna, we thank you for that. Their current payroll is in excess of $35 million, and that's $35 million that gets reinvested in our restaurants, in our stores, in our community on a daily basis. And finally, as we look and we talk about this Team Denison concept that I've been visiting with you about every time we gather, is it always looks different. And this is no different today. Team Denison looks to build relationships and work with partners to make these kind of projects happen. And we do have very, very, very solid partners that we know we can count on. Partners like Workforce Solutions Texoma, who help in employment recruitment services. In fact, on the expansion that you're going to hear about today, they were the first point of contact. As Cigna looked to expand jobs here, they went to Bob Roden, Janie Bates, and their team at Workforce Solutions Texoma to help enable them through this transition period. Also, our friends at Grayson County College. With the leadership from the Board of Trustees, they recognized that we needed tax abatement for 5 years to get this deal done, and they also recognized that through their Center for Workplace Learning, they could provide training and grants to help this workforce develop into the highly skilled, customer-friendly workforce that Cigna is proud to call home here in Denison. And then lastly, the taxing entities. Obviously, the City of Denison and the county commissioners for their dedication and, again, providing tax incentives for a project of this magnitude. It's collaboration like that that makes projects like this successful, and it's Team Denison that works with these entities to make this possible. I do want to recognize the commissioners that were here during that time. I see many of them in attendance who made that possible. Also with Judge Drue Bynum. Let me tell you about my friend Drue, and he's going to visit with you before we leave. But when Denison has an economic development initiative, we can count on the judge. We can count on the judge to help make that a priority. And anything that the county can do, he and his commissioners always see fit to make that happen. And so, gentlemen, we thank you for your efforts in that. Lastly, Team Denison, its partners in Cigna, have worked together to make something very special happen on this corridor. And I want to say thank you again to everybody who made a part of that. And most importantly, I want to thank the employees of this very location and the team who have successfully made this a place where Cigna wants to call home, who has successfully demonstrated that Denison, Texas is a great place, that you can relocate your business and it will flourish. And so to the employees of Cigna, we do say thank you. At this time, I'm going to turn over the remarks to Mr. Lamont Thomas. He's the Sales President and General Manager for the North Texas and Oklahoma region for Cigna. Mr. Thomas.
Thank you and good morning. I just want to share a couple of words, and then I'm going to turn it over to Carrie Lillis to really talk about what the growth means in the marketplace from job opportunities and what events we'll have going forward to fill those positions. But I wanted to say thanks to the County of Grayson as well as Denison County. A couple things that Mayor Johnson mentioned. We were looking for size of facility as well as visibility from the road. But what we found as a bonus is the passion in the people in Denison County, in the city of Denison and Grayson County. And that passion allows us as a company to really help the individual we serve reach their full potential. And we do that through improving their health, well-being, and sense of security. But the only way we do that is the commitment and the passion of our employees who engage those individuals, develop a trusting relationship with those individuals, and make it easier to work with. And we can only do that with people like the folks here in the city of Denison and Denison County, and that's why the growth here is important to us. When we look at some of the results we achieve across the country in our call and claim centers, Denison continues to be on the top of that list, and it's all about the people that are here. So I applaud. Turn over to Carrie to really talk more about the specifics and what to expect tonight and the rest of the time as we work to fill those very important positions that allow us to continue to grow and hopefully allow us to continue to grow our presence here in the city of Denison and Grayson County. Thank you.
We're happy to have you all here today. Of course, as Lamont discussed also, Cigna's continued growth and membership increase is key to the driving force behind our hiring plan for 2012. Over the next 3 to 4 months, the operations located here in Denison, Texas will be adding over 100 jobs, which we're very excited about. Our commitment to Denison and this community makes us very proud that we can bring these employment opportunities here. Available positions will be advertised on our Cigna Career website located at www.cigna.com, and candidates can easily complete the application process online. We are thankful that we can offer these positions in a community that we've supported for a very long time, and we're especially grateful for the continued partnership and support from our great community partners, all of you that are here today. We thank you for being here. Bynum.
Please be seated. You know what? About an hour ago, me and the commissioners that are here, we were discussing with a concerned citizen about how we spend your taxpayer dollars. And Jared said something that I think is very apropos. I did the quick math, and I remember I graduated from Munster High School, so it may be wrong, but I think the governmental entities put in about water, sewer, tax abatements, all this, just a little north of $2 million. And I think I heard that the payroll for Cigna was $35 million that does get spent in Grayson County. Folks, that's a big deal, and here's why I think it's a big deal. And I love how Jared refers to Team Denison, because I want to turn Team Denison into Team Grayson County, and Denison's obviously on that team. But here's what's important about that. We as elected officials get beat up many days of the week on how we spend your money, and sometimes when we make it an investment, it gets looked at as, well, you're spending the taxpayer dollars. And I think where we're going is we're showing the folks of Grayson County how we can invest our money. And I think it's an obligation of government to help the private sector at times when it needs help. I look at that as a hand up, not a handout. And if the team hadn't have got together and said, you know what, we want to invest in Cigna, Cigna would have gone somewhere else. And you'd have had a big old minus $35 million payroll in our county. I believe, Carrie, we're going to go check this number. I believe with this addition of jobs, Cigna will become the largest employer in Grayson County. So let's give them a hand for that right there. So thank you for being here. Thank you for helping us celebrate Cigna. It's amazing what's happening at this corner, what's happening across the county, and it's because of people like you. So thank you very much. Co-mingle, meet your Cigna friends, and let's keep Grayson County going strong. Thank you.